Alrighty guys, let's talk. Yes, I'm getting ready to put this transmission in. No, it's not new. However, it is used out of another car. Now, what am I working on? This is a 2015 Dodge Charger. Alright, yes, y'all guessed it. You guessed it right. They simply wasn't servicing it. Alright, yeah, and it failed. Okay, yeah, I can't remember. It's well over 100,000 miles. Can't remember, but feel for life. Don't fall for that, guys. Yes, this is a ZF 8HP transmission. The dealerships or Chrysler Corporation that sells these, I gotta be careful with what I say, but there's no change interval for the fluid in some cases, but unless it's low, but the corporation that builds these suggests that you service it, meaning replace the pan and the fluid. All right, now you will be in essence replacing the filter if you replace the pan, because the filter is integrated into the pan. So replace the pan and new fluid every 60,000 miles. All right, that will help prolong the life. All right, nothing's gonna make your transmission last forever. All right, it just eventually will fail at some point in time, but you can do your part by servicing it and helping it prolong its life. Now guys, I had got this in. Remember, there's my old one right there. I did a video earlier. So I got this in. Guess what? I had to drop it back down. Let me show y'all why. Because I need y'all to pay attention to this. This is crucial. I repeat, do not put a transmission in and try to mate it to the block. The transmission bell housing, which is, the complete bell housing, has to be mated to the block perfectly. Or as perfectly as you can get. Now, the way they accomplish that is lining the transmission to the block. The way they accomplish mating it real good, they use dowel pins. Right here, you see that? That is one. Now, guess what? It's supposed to be one right here, but guess what? It's not. So when I jacked this transmission up and bloop, closed it, I was still doing one of these numbers. Wrong. Alright, you know what that means? I wasn't paying attention. That is simply because, now, I give myself credit because I didn't go through with the installation procedure. Some guys would have just, what the hell, it ain't gonna matter. No, guys, if that engine is not properly mated, or if this transmission is not properly mated to the engine block, which is this, yeah, you can destroy this flywheel. You ever had those flywheels clean? Yeah, you can destroy the flywheel. You can destroy the alignment and mess up a whole, create a whole nother problem you don't need. So do yourself a favor and make sure the bell housing is mated to the freaking block. Now, where is my dowel pin? You might ask. Get a load of this. Yes, guys, in some cases, it will stay inside the freaking transmission. All right. Now, the good news about this one is I can go from behind it, boop, 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 tap it out, pull it out, and put it in this place. However, I may not have to do that. You know why? That is simply because when we get new 62 TE transmission, we also get new dowel pins. So, yeah. But this for 62, so I don't know if these thick enough. If not, I'll just bang that out and reuse those. But let's find out. All right, yeah, you get two of these. Every time you get a new 62 TE transmission, it comes with a 2 dowel pin. That's how important. That's how important they claim these are. All right, if it's a snug fit, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, we got a winner. That's a snug fit. Now be careful tapping that in with a hammer, because you can shell it, and then that will make your installation even more harder. Yeah, you don't want to, because if you tap on that, you can flatten it and it shell out, and then it'll have a hard time going in the hole. So I'm going to tap with cautions. Extremely careful, no banging whatsoever. Hey, look at that. Yeah, that one's in there. So now when I make this transmission to the block, yes, I'm gunning for my favorite sound. Anybody know anything about installing? You know that sound? Bloop. That's a mechanic's favorite sound. Two things mechanics love to hear when they working on top of a car and they accidentally drop a tube. They love to hear it hit the ground. Yes. And of course, the mating sound. It's just like, how many of you guys lift weights? You ever putting another 45 on a bar and you close it up to the next 45 and go bloop. Yes, love that sound. Okay, now I got the 2 dowel pins in place. Now, guys, it's safe to install this transmission. And let me also remind you to make sure the torque converter's all the way in place. All right, last thing you want to do is have to fight with this, because if you put this in and you press up against this torque converter, you can, you know, damage that shaft and you really be in trouble. All right, this won't turn. You can't mate it up. Push it all the way in so you can at least rotate this. Try to align this as close as possible to, you know, the outskirt of your flywheel. All right, so when you put it in, you be right there. Or get as close as possible. You're never going to get it perfect, but all you have to do is move it a little bit, because sometimes, guarantee you, when you close this up, they don't, this flange don't want to move. Guys, you don't want that. Trust me, I've been there. All right, so right about there look fine. You know what, guys, I got freaking work to do, man. I don't have time to play with y'all all freaking day. About 30 minutes, 40 minutes tops, this transmission will be running. I will be driving. Remember what I'm gonna do. Because this is a used transmission, I don't know how much fluid in it. Man, we talked about this early on the other video. All right, this is the only entry port. So I'm gonna get it up to operating temperature, take this off. I'm gonna go through the gears. You know the drill, and see how much fluid in there, add accordingly. But yeah, if I was the company that sold this transmission, I would make it mandatory that they replace the pan and the fluid. Yeah, because I'm sure they got a warranty on it. If they didn't, they crazy. He couldn't afford a brand new one. All right, I don't want to get back into that, but let me get this transmission installed, guys. This is fairly easy as hell. Hook this up. Oh, it's easy. All right, I got to go. Thanks for watching.